بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
إذا السماء انشقت
When the sky has split open
وأذنت لربها وحقت
and has listened to its Lord and was obligated to do so,
وإذا الأرض مدت
and when the earth has been extended
وألقت ما فيها وتخلت
and has cast out that within it and relinquished it,
وأذنت لربها وحقت
and has listened to its Lord and was obligated to do so.
يا أيها الإنسان إنك كادح إلى ربك كدحا فملاقيه.
O mankind, indeed you are laboring toward your Lord with great exertion and will meet it.
فأما من أوتي كتابه بيمينه
Then as for he who is given his record in his right hand,
فسوف يحاسب حسابا يسيرا
he will be judged with an easy account
وينقلب إلى أهله مسرورا
and return to his people in happiness.
وأما من أوتي كتابه وراء ظهره
But as for he who is given his record behind his back,
فسوف يدعو ثبورا
he will cry out for destruction
ويصلى سعيرا
and enter to burn in a blaze.
إنه كان في أهله مسرورا
Indeed, he had once been among his people in happiness.
إنه ظن أن لن يحور
Indeed, he had thought he would never return to Allah.
بلى إن ربه كان به بصيرا.
But yes, indeed, his Lord was ever of him seeing.
فلا أقسم بالشفق
So I swear by the twilight glow,
والليل وما وسق
and by the night and what it envelops,
والقمر إذا اتسق
and by the moon when it becomes full,
لتركبن طبقا عن طبق
that you will surely embark upon state after state.
فما لهم لا يؤمنون.
So what is the matter with them that they do not believe?
وإذا قرئ عليهم القرآن لا يسجدون.
And when the Quran is recited to them, they do not prostrate to Allah.
بل الذين كفروا يكذبون.
But those who have disbelieved deny.
والله أعلم بما يوعون.
And Allah is most knowing of what they keep within themselves.
فبشرهم بعذاب أليم.
So give them tidings of a painful punishment.
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم أجر غير ممنون.
Except for those who believe and do righteous deeds. For them is a reward uninterrupted.
Just take that in for a second. When the sky is rent asunder, talk about a powerful opening. It's this incredible final image, and it's exactly how our text for this explainer begins. Hey, welcome. Today, we're diving into the powerful verses of Surah Al-Inshiqaq from the Quran. And trust me, this chapter takes us on one heck of a journey, from the very end of the universe itself, right down to the most personal moment in any human life. So let's get into it. All right, so our journey starts with this truly cosmic, almost terrifying vision. The text doesn't really ease us in at all. It just throws us head first into the massive upheaval that marks the end of time as we know it. So the scene is set with three huge events. First, the sky, the one thing we think is constant, is literally torn apart. Then the earth itself gets stretched out, flattened. And finally, the earth just expels everything it has inside, the dead, its treasures, all its secrets, until it's completely empty. It's like the undoing of creation itself. But here's the really crucial part. It's the phrase that comes right after these descriptions. The text says the cosmos is listening to the command of its Lord, and it must needs do so. So this isn't random chaos. It's a deep, absolute, total submission to a divine command. And just as the universe itself is on this path of submission, the chapter does something amazing. It pivots. It takes its lens from the vastness of space and focuses it right down to a single person, you. And this, right here, is the core message for every single one of us. Life is basically presented as a constant effort, a painful toiling. Every single thing we do, every struggle, it's all part of a journey. And that journey has an inevitable destination, a meeting with the Lord. There's no getting out of it. So if that meeting is unavoidable, what actually happens when you get there? Well, the text describes this moment of reckoning, this dramatic separation of all of humanity, and it's all based on a record of your life's deeds. And this lays out the two possible outcomes so clearly. On one side, you have the righteous. They get their record in their right hand, which is a sign of honor. Their accounting is easy. But then you have the other side, the heedless. They get their record behind their back, a total sign of disgrace. And their fate? They cry out for destruction and enter a blazing fire. So you can see how you get that record is everything. Let's just focus on the righteous for a second. After their easy accounting, the text says they go back to their people, to their loved ones, just full of pure joy and relief. All that toiling, it paid off. Now look at this. It's wild. The text uses almost the exact same words for the heedless person, but it's talking about their past life on earth. It's just this stunning, powerful piece of irony. They were also rejoicing with their people, but their joy was built on something completely different. And here's why. Here's the reason for that earthly joy. It was based on a complete delusion. The heedless person actually thought that he would not have to return. Their happiness came from this mistaken belief that there'd be no consequences, no final meeting, no accountability at all. But the text delivers this swift, powerful shutdown. Nay, nay, for his Lord was ever watchful of him. Nothing was missed. Not a single action, not one secret thought. It was all seen. That assumption of being unobserved, well, that was the fatal mistake. So, having laid out this deeply personal journey, the text zooms back out to the cosmos. But this time, it uses the cycles of the universe as this beautiful metaphor for our own lives. The chapter begins this really solemn oath. It starts by swearing by the shafaq, that reddish afterglow of the sunset, that beautiful, brief moment between day and night. And the oath continues. It calls to witness the night and everything it gathers in or brings home. Think of animals returning to their dens, people going back to their houses. It's a time of gathering, of transition. And finally, the oath swears by the moon when it becomes full, when it reaches its most complete stage. So you have this clear progression, the fading light, the deep of night, and the peak of the moon's cycle. And that whole oath, it all builds up to this one powerful declaration. Just like you see these undeniable stages in the cosmos, sunset, night, full moon, so too will you as human beings travel from one stage of existence to another, from life to death to resurrection to judgment. The pattern is universal. It's inescapable. So after laying out all this evidence from the cosmos, from the certainty of our own journey, the chapter pivots one last time to ask a very direct, very poignant question. So after all these signs, after this clear explanation of how things really are, what's the problem? Why do people still choose not to believe? It's a question that just hangs there in the air, challenging you directly. And the text wraps up by laying out the two final responses to that question. You have those who actively reject the message, and for them, a grievous penalty is announced.
And then you have those who choose to believe and, this part's key, to work righteous deeds.
For those who combine not belief with action, the promise is simple, but it's profound. A reward that is غير ممنون, which means it's never ending, it's never diminished, it's never cut off. It's the ultimate payoff for that painful, toiling journey that we started with. And that kind of leaves us with this final thought to chew on. The text makes it crystal clear that the journey through life stages is a guarantee. The real question it leaves us with is, what are the actions? What are the beliefs that are going to define our final destination?